Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Besancon and with Hillcrest Animal Hospital, and this is your pet tip of the month. Today we're going to be talking about spays and neuters on your pets, dogs or cats. Um, First of all, a spay is the surgical removal of the ovaries and uterus of a dog or cat, and a neuter is the surgical removal of the testicles. At what age do you spay and neuter your pets? You can spay and neuter them at any age, preferably younger. 4 to 6 months old is what most veterinarians recommend, but can be spayed and or neutered as early as 8 weeks old. 4 to 6 months old is typically whenever a female goes through its first heat cycle, and many people like to wait till after the first heat cycle, although that is not necessary. Many dogs are spayed at 8 weeks or older. Older pets that have been used for breeding, it is still recommended that after they are done breeding that they be spayed to remove the ovaries and uterus to prevent any secondary complications and or medical problems that we'll talk about a little later. As far as spaying pets at 8 weeks old, this is typically done in a shelter situation. Some of the benefits of spaying them at an earlier age is these pets usually are more people oriented. They're a lot calmer. They're usually more gentle. They don't develop the juvenile or puppy behaviors that you see in some of these guys. They will not carry those on as they grow up. They typically don't have that. They don't wander as much and overall are healthier. The recovery time is a lot shorter. These guys heal a lot faster as when they are younger as well. Some of the other reasons that you want to spay your pet just in general, due to overcrowding, overpopulation of pets, this is one of the big reasons that you want to spay them. You want to decrease the roaming, especially in male dogs. A lot of these guys will roam whenever they're intact and decrease their aggression. They become very territorial, and when you spay and neuter them, especially at a younger age, they don't show those signs of aggression as much, if at all. In females, to prevent their estrus or heat cycle, that's one of the big reasons as well. These guys will cycle, and that will prevent them from cycling as well. Some of the medical reasons that you want to spay and neuter your pet, as far as females, infections in the uterus, that's a big problem that we can see with females that are not spayed. In the males, prostate infections can occur, and some of these infections can trace up into the bladder and become a bladder infection as well. And so that's one of the big reasons that you want to spay these guys and neuter them. Cancer, cancers are more likely whenever these guys are not spayed or neutered. In females, ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, they can have mammary tumors develop. In the males, the prostate, the testicles can become cancerous, and that's something that you really want to watch for if you do not have these guys fixed. Endocrine problems can occur. Diabetes is one of the big ones, typically in females that can happen. And then Demodex is a skin problem. It's the mange that can also occur in some of these guys that are not spayed or neutered, and definitely want to spay them if you're having that kind of problem. Some of the myths that are involved and or heard about in dogs being spayed or neutered. The first one is that my pet will get fat and lazy if I have him spayed or neutered. That is not true. These guys will typically, the big reason that these guys become overweight is because they are fed too much and or do not get enough exercise. Another thing that you want to do is make sure you feed the proper food. An older dog does not need to be on a puppy diet. These guys, their energy needs are not as high, and therefore you need to feed these guys. If they're an adult maintenance food, and a puppy or an older dog needs to be on a geriatric diet that best suits their needs as they grow. And then make sure they get plenty of exercise to control their weight as well. Another myth is that it makes my male dog less of a male. Most male dogs, all male dogs, and or female dogs do not have any concept of sexual identity, and spaying or neutering them does not change their personality at all. And in fact, whenever you spay or neuter a dog, it actually reduces their aggressiveness, which is more of a trait that we're looking for in these guys. It is expensive to spay or neuter my pet. There are several local shelters and or animal control centers that offer vouchers if you're having a problem coming up with the money to spay these guys. This is a one-time cost as compared to having several litters of puppies and or kittens and having to pay for any expenses that are involved, especially a C-section. If it comes to a C-section, that can get very expensive, and so the one-time cost of spaying or neutering sure beats having to spend a lot more money later down the road with several litters of puppies. And so we all need to do our part to spay or neuter our pet to help control the pet population. Thanks.